Welcome to the rise of Roman horsemen, from aristocratic equities to specialized comitatenses, agents of speed, shock, and imperial was an integral but fluid component of Rome's military machine. In the early Republic, the equities were wealthy citizens who viewed cavalry as an aristocratic adjunct to the infantry legions. Their role centered on reconnaissance, communications, and pursuit. Roman armies often relied on allied cavalry, Italian, Numidian, and Gallic horsemen, to compensate for their own limitations. This reliance indicated that the Romans recognized the value of mobile forces, but had not yet developed a sophisticated homegrown mounted arm. With imperial expansion and increasing contact with diverse cultures, the cavalry began to professionalize. During the Principate, the equestrian order became more involved in administration, and non-citizen cavalry units, or alae, were recruited from across the empire. Thracian, Germanic, Hispano-Celtic, and North African horsemen brought distinct fighting styles, from light skirmishers to heavy lancers. These units were organized into permanent formations with regular pay, standardized equipment, and dedicated training. No longer ad hoc auxiliaries, they were integral to Rome's strategic mobility, capable of screening the legions, conducting raids, and delivering shock charges. By the 3rd and 4th centuries, the threats facing Rome required further innovation. Nomadic Sarmatians, Persian cataphracts, and later, Goths and Huns fielded agile cavalry capable of devastating hit-and-run tactics. In response, Roman commanders created mobile field armies and specialized mounted troops. New categories included the equites promoti, elite detachments promoted for bravery, equites sagittarii, mounted archers, and heavily armored cataphractarii and clibanarii modeled on Eastern prototypes. These formations served alongside the comitatenses, the mobile field legions of the later empire, and provided the rapid response needed to defend multiple frontiers. Ethnically based units such as Moorish, Sarmatian, and Gothic cavalry contributed their own expertise while operating under Roman command structures. The evolution of Roman cavalry also spurred developments in training. The famous Hippica gymnasia were elaborate exercises combining pageantry with rigorous instruction. Riders practiced archery, javelin throwing, and close combat while performing complex maneuvers in formation. Horsemanship, discipline, and endurance were emphasized, and manuals like Arrian's Tactica show an acute awareness of the need for disciplined cavalry capable of adapting to the fluid tactics of Rome's enemies. These training routines helped integrate diverse recruits and ensure that elite units could function cohesively in battle. By late antiquity, the Roman cavalry had transformed from a socially exclusive reserve into a versatile and indispensable arm. It encompassed light scouts, missile troops, medium shock cavalry, and heavily armored horsemen. Their roles ranged from policing vast frontiers and suppressing rebellions to spearheading offensive operations. This diversification reflected Rome's pragmatic approach to military challenges. Rather than clinging to a single model, Roman commanders absorbed and adapted foreign innovations. The result was an eclectic but effective mounted force that could confront the horse archers of the steppe, the cataphracts of Persia, and the fast-moving raiders on the empire's frontiers. Despite chronic political turmoil and economic pressures in the later empire, the cavalry's professionalism endured. Its officers maintained rigorous training standards and emphasized logistical preparation and horse care. Cavalry units remained among the best-paid troops, and their mobility allowed them to shift rapidly between theaters, buying time for slower infantry to assemble. In many battles of the 4th and 5th centuries, such as the campaigns against the Persians under Emperor Julian or the defenses against Visigothic incursions, the cavalry performed critical roles, though they were not always victorious. The story of Rome's cavalry is thus one of adaptation. From an aristocratic auxiliary to a structured, multi-ethnic elite, it evolved in response to Rome's changing needs and external pressures. The cavalry's training practices, tactical diversity, and capacity to integrate foreign models highlight the adaptability that helped Rome endure for centuries. Although the Western Empire ultimately fell, the legacy of Roman cavalry tactics influenced Byzantine and medieval European warfare, illustrating how innovations forged on Rome's frontiers continued to shape the art of war long after the legions were gone. They offered Rome the speed and striking power necessary to match the fluid warfare of its adversaries, and their memory echoes in the knightly traditions of medieval Europe. All materials have been developed under the Erasmus Plus program as part of the S.P.Q.R. project. This project is carried out by a wide partnership of esteemed organizations, with the Interactive Bulgaria Foundation serving as the project coordinator. Other partners include Mos Maiorum Ulpiae Serdicae and the National High School for Ancient Languages and Cultures, Konstantin Kirill Filosov from Bulgaria, the European Schools Brussels IV from Belgium, Associatia Culturala Tomis from Romania, Familia Gladiatoria Egyesulet from Hungary, and Geza Frank from Austria. In addition, 18th High School Sofia and Dwolf Studio from Bulgaria are contributing as associated partners. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to exploring more of history's fascinating chapters together.